Welcome back to the channel. We got some notes written right here. My favorite generation music in the background. Johto region. I'm a Johto guy. I'm tired of getting clowned on these days. I see a lot of clowning going on for Johto. And where did this hate come from? It's so forced. You're telling me you don't like Slowking? Johto hates so forced. Alright, let's cut the crap. In this video, I'm going to go over my booth. That is a local vendor's mall booth right here in town. I take my cards up there, my other merchandise. I put it in this display cabinet that has a lock on it. The ladies at the vendor's mall, they sell it for me. They check the customers out. All I got to do is stock it, and I get a check at the end of the month. We're going to talk about how I run that booth. Why I do it, is it worth it, should you consider it, and all those good things. We're going to cover all that in this video. I got the notes right here. We got Pokemon in the background. We're listening to Pokemon music. I got a Pokemon Lavender Town shirt on. Shouts out Fire Red Leaf Green, released on the Switch. I've been playing it. Hopefully you guys have been as well. Best way to play Kanto region, hands down. I love the OGs, the red and blue, and the yellow. But Fire Red Leaf Green is something special. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I spent a lot of time on it, but not the best way to play Kanto. Definitely stick to Fire Red Leaf Green if you want to experience Kanto. So, anyway, how I run my booth. First of all, let's start off with why do I even have a booth. I'm going to give you guys a few different good reasons why I have a booth. We'll start out with the feel-good stuff, and then we'll get into the business side of things. So, number one, it's a good creative outlet, I guess, for me, and my fiance also helps out with it a lot. She painted the signs for it. You know, we stock it every week, maybe a couple times a week sometimes. She helps me write little price tags out, and we just, sell cards up there. It's a nice creative way to do it. Maybe not the most efficient way to sell stuff because there's a lot of time that goes into pricing stuff, tagging stuff, taking it up there. But it is fun. So that's the first reason. People in the community, they really like it. And it's a small town. It's maybe a few thousand people here. Nobody, at least that I'm aware of, is selling Pokemon cards anywhere else. Maybe there's some Joe Blow, people on Facebook Marketplace trying to sell and trade in their favor. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, does it? You're not a vendor right now. You're on Facebook Marketplace, pal. I don't know. Let them do them. The booth, though, community members love this thing. They're happy to go to the vendor's mall. I'm the only one selling it up there. They're so happy they can get a place to look at Pokemon cards and buy it. I went to my card show last weekend, and I thought about clearing the booth out to take everything to the card show, and I was like, well, I don't want to clear it out, Someone might come up here trying to buy something. I don't want to make it like I'm running out of business. And what do you know? I get back, I go to restock the booth, and the ladies tell me that this little boy, got his allowance, and he found me on Google, and he comes to the vendor's mall, and he's so excited to look for this booth. He looked for the purple sign at the register, and there it was, and his eyes just lit up. He's like, wow, I didn't know there was anything like this here. And that's just really special, Something about, just kids being into Pokemon cards. It's 30 years old at this point, just hit the 30th anniversary, and new generations are constantly getting into this stuff, and it's just a beautiful thing. And I like, being the reason why, kids want to collect Pokemon cards. If I ever see a kid up there, I give them something for free, but I never see them. I'm always right behind or right before they get in there. But, I do like giving back for the kids in the hobby, as long as they don't act entitled. But this kid was so happy to find some Pokemon cards in a store in this little bitty small town. So shouts out him. That's the feel good stuff. The business side of the equation. Number one, margin. Because I'm the only one selling it, I can sell it for above the market price, and I do sell it above the market price, and people are happy to pay that. And so what does that do? That helps me kind of average out my margin a little bit. I sell 3 places primarily. Card shows, I probably make 20% margin. eBay, between card shows, I probably make like 10% margin because the fees eat a lot of that stuff up. It's mostly just to cash flow to the next show. And then the vendors mall, I probably make 30 to 35% margin on everything I'm selling up there. So it kind of averages out that margin to get to that 22 to 23% range, maybe even 25, depending on how eBay is doing and all that stuff. But it sells a very low volume compared to what I can sell on eBay and like at a card show, like which we're gonna get into in just a minute. The other reason why I do the mall, vendors mall booth, is simply put, diversification. I'm a big fan of diversifying. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. So that's why I sell on eBay. I sell at the card shows. I sell at the vendors mall. Pretty soon, I'll probably throw another booth at another location into the mix, just to, that way if one doesn't work out, one closes down, one changes owners, and I don't like the way they raise their rent or something. Anything could happen. I want my business to still make it while I try and plug that hole and go somewhere else, pretty much. So diversifying, big for me, diversification. So diversifying, the margin averages out really, really good up there. It's a creative outlet and the community loves it. That's the reasons why I have a booth. How much money does it make? Well, let me say it like this. I haven't lost money yet. I've had it for about, I've probably had it for about 6 months now. And I haven't had a month where I lost money yet. I've had, the first few months were very slow. So I made rent and, made 40, 50 bucks. Now it's been going up every month. So, I'm probably going to make like 150, 170 ish dollars. That's after their commission, after their rent, 10% commission, 3% credit card fee, and a $25 a month booth rent that I had to supply the cabinet for. So, 25 bucks a month, steal. They unlock it for me. They don't mind unlocking the case for me, and they don't, make sure they don't really leave stuff around. They're really good people up there. So I really like doing business with them. I haven't lost any money yet. The money's only gone up month after month. Obviously there is an upper limit to the money you can make at a vendor's mall like this because, it doesn't really have a ton of traffic. It's in a small town area, but I feel like I'm optimizing pretty good for the eyeballs that I do have. So I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. Last thing we're going to talk about here is what am I selling? If it's not obvious yet, I sell trading cards. That's what I collect. That's what I buy, sell, trade. I love trading cards. I've loved them my whole entire life since I can remember. Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. I got into Magic later in my teenage years. But Pokemon has always been my one true thing that I was always into. Video games, trading cards, the anime, the manga. Even the manga's cool. I don't read a lot of manga, but I love the Pokemon one. I love all these toys, plushies, everything I got over here. Let me show you guys something really cool. This is a Game Boy Color? Yeah, Game Boy Color. This is a Game Boy Color Pokemon Gold case. Still in the little retail blister thing that you hang on the shelf. Still in the blister. Isn't that really cool? I'm a big Johto guy, so I keep it over here hanging on the wall in the Pokemon corner of the game room. That's just cool stuff, man. It's just really cool stuff. I don't really sell a lot of that stuff. I collect it, but I do sell trading cards at the booth. I did do a recent update, a big update at the booth, so I did have plushies up there. I had the first shelf full of cards with these little tier stacker things. It's kind of hard to describe what they are without having one right here to show you guys, but Yeah, it's like a little tier stacker thing. So like you got like a shelf here, it stacks up like a stair to another shelf, then another shelf, then another shelf. So it's 4 tiers. So I can fit like 12 cards, 12 cards per thing. It's got 2 shelves, so I hold 24 cards right there. And then I had plushies and action figures on the second shelf. Then the bottom shelf I had bulk like packs of cards that I made, like 50 Magic the Gathering cards, 50 Pokemon cards, no duplicates, no lands, no energies, no yada 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 yada. Those sell really good for me, and the margin is crazy because I can buy that bulk stuff really really cheap, and people are happy to get some cards for their decks collections. Margin's really good on those, so I do love selling those. Those are on the bottom shelf of the booth. But I did decide to take off all the plushies out of the booth and the action figures and stuff. I just took them all out, and I put 2 more shelves of cards in the second shelf. So now I'm able to hold 48 total cards, 48 total singles. I got them kind of propped up like this. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll go ahead and turn the camera around and show you what I mean. This is the shelf thing, but it has 4 tiers, whereas these ones in my game room, they have 2, because this little shelf right here can't hold the 4-tier one. So, but yeah, I got them on these little displays right here, and they got them propped up just like that in my booth. And yeah, check that guy out. Fossil Hollow from Dragonite. Rocket's Mewtwo. Yeah, really nice cards there. That's what I got them propped up on in the booth at the vendor's mall. Is those shelves and those little like football tees, what they look like a kickstand almost. I don't know if that's what you call it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the little crystal things, little clear things. And I display the cards, and I got 48 total up there now, and I'm selling more than ever. That's just what the people want, and who am I to know what the people want? So I took the plushies out. Nobody wants them. I didn't sell one for 3 months, and I was like, forget it, take it out, and put 24 more cards in there. So I'm gonna do an update video every now and then, maybe once a month on the booth, and let you guys know how it's going, and if I decide to throw another booth into the mix with another location. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, as far as should you get a booth, well, I'm not an advisor to you, but if I was your friend and had to make a recommendation based on my success, I would say the worst you could do is, try something out for a couple months, and you might lose, $50 if that's your rent. You might lose $50, $100. But if you're selling Pokemon cards and you're selling good stuff and you're selling it for a pretty fair price, you're probably going to sell some. Pokemon is just too hot right now. It's too hot to ignore. So that's all I got for you guys. I'll be back with another one soon. Some more business updates. Maybe another personal collection update, because I have picked up a good bit of stuff. And yeah, that's all I got. So if you got any questions, comments, concerns about running a booth or eBay or Pokemon Market or what am I collecting, or you want to tell me anything going on with you, just comment below, and yeah, let's chat. That's all I got, guys. This is Matthew, a Shiny Man of Collectibles. We'll be back with a new one soon.